Also, this is nothing, but like in the intro of the loopy whatever video we just shot, like I think I had my mic in the middle because there's some reason, and then it doesn't matter. But like it's just kind of weird to see like this video started. It was right, and then I was like, it's fine, but also like you could tell we were like, I don't know,
We were like,
whatever, who cares? Welcome to our second episode of Upcycle Roulette ever. First time we did it, we had a blast and got rave reviews from the critics. And so we're going to do another round of this game. We hope to continue to do because it is a blast. Here are the rules. There are 3 categories we are going to choose at random. An upcycle technique from the archive of the YouTube upcycle videos we've already done. 2, a garment that I've saved to the side, one that I'm not too precious about, so I don't mind potentially destroying. And the third one is a wild card, so some sort of, I don't know, it could be anything. That's the point of a wild card. We're going to do a random number generator and choose them at random. And then I'm going to have to make something, you have to upcycle something from that mess. All right. So Avon is in charge. She's doming me completely, and I'm under duress. All right. First
things first.
The technique, upcycle technique. Okay.
And I have it all predetermined on a paper, so you just have to use your little phone.
Your little phone. Oh. Ooh, and it's also a little warm in here, so if we gotta go off the rails. Also, we just filmed a video and had a beer, so we're like, are we in a sweet spot or are we lunatics? So, what are the
between 1 and 8?
1 and 8. Yeah. All right, and this is the upcycle techniques. All right. So I don't know if anyone can see this, but just so you know, we're not lying. Okay, drum roll. Okay, 7.
7 is cut and sew a sweater knit.
Okay. Sweater knit. That's easy enough. Okay, that actually takes the pressure off. It's something to do with sweaters. It means I'm going to cut into a sweater. You can watch that video on YouTube.
Attach it to something else.
And then or make its own, make a second sweater. So something to do with sweater.
So between 1 and 8 is the garment.
Okay, 1 and 8 is garments. All right. I don't know. I have to like. I can't look. It's like pushing a button. 1. And Avon has
the first garment I'm going to grab.
Oh, is that not? Well, we said we wouldn't lie.
We're not lying.
All right. How about switch it around? Switch it around.
Yeah.
And then, okay. So basically, Evan has the bag of
I'm going to dump it out in here and just kind of.
Yeah, that way it adds an element of, I have one that I want you to, well, actually, at this point with sweater knits, I don't know why. It doesn't matter if I look or not, because I have no control. Okay. I don't know why I'm looking away. Oh my God. Okay.
Oh, I got 2.
Well, I do the navy one. It's closer to your hand. And also, I don't know why the leopard, I might regret it later. This is a very interesting, I don't know if you can really take in the full concept of this. It is a, wait, is it inside out? Wait, what's happening? Okay, it's like a navy and black, or sort of like midnight. I'll just call it midnight. Sorry, this mic is probably picking up all this light. It's a rain jacket with a hood that's sort of like plissé, pleated, and it's like very, I don't know. Okay, let me just try it on. Sorry, the mic is gonna go nuts. So it's almost like a shawl over my head. So I don't know if you can. It is to the ground.
Let me try to get it.
I'll just jump in the air. It is like I'm 5'3", so it is like to the ground, to my ankles. Yeah, it's like a hood, but it's like a shawl. Wait, I could.
You look like a Star Wars character.
Oh, let's just say Phantom of the Opera, but that's The thing is, I do kind of like it. It just is a lot of look, and I'm excited to figure out how to do sweater with this.
All right, last element.
I feel like I'm screaming. I think because that was so loud.
That's really loud.
Okay. Hopefully that wasn't hell for the
Okay.
And so this is generator for the wild card, which we have laid out.
Oh yeah, show everything we have
okay.
to pick from.
And this is sort of changing all the time, and sorry, God, that is unwieldy. So we've got the hems of some sweaters I've cropped. So they're sort of like the little banded ribbed bit. So it's got a little stretch to it. So we got a few of those to choose from. This sequined little number, I think it was on a costume. So just this. It looks, it's not a thong, but okay. This, I don't even know. Okay, this was a bag of oranges, like literally a bag of oranges, and I was like, wait a minute, or is it high fashion? It's like mesh. It's a sleeve. I don't know. Anyway,
You are an
it's one of those-
upcycle designer.
Yep. Ball trim. So and some of these are a little tassely. So this. I've done a video, and I guess we didn't include it in the technique list, but like a modern pocket, which it's a perfect circle. You could use it for, systems of measurement. It's so perfect. The did we ever figure out what this is called? It's not really like Battenberg. It's just basically like a little piece of like kind of a lace, but it's sort of it's kind of like embroidered, whatever. This thing. I don't know if I've done a video of this, but we've done kind of a variation on basically some sort of embroidery where I drew an original concept, and the concept here is that wine glass and tumbler on some fusible interfacing. So kind of doing an embroidery thing with that. This black and white cow print fabric that I bought, I had a project in mind, and then it fell through, and I found something else to do, and I just have all this fabric, and I'm never sure what to do with it.
Okay.
Is that it?
Generator.
All right. For how many items?
8.
8. Well, all right.
We're just doing an 8.
An 8
episode.
Across the board. All right. Again, I can look at it full in the face. Like, don't be afraid. 7. Did we already do 7?
7.
No, it doesn't matter. Anyways, 7
is
the
lace trim.
Oh wait, this thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Oh boy, this is gonna be a fucking mess.
So I'm just going to tell you what the official final elements are. You have to do a cut and sew sweater knit.
Okay.
With
this
garment.
This cape, robe, this graduation gown.
And you have to include the lace.
The lace. All right.
Well, going forward, you can use any extra element you want.
Okay.
You can even pick from the elements that we already have.
Mm-hmm.
You can use any extra technique. The rules are just that you have to include the stuff that we've generated.
At least like some element of it. Okay.
Somehow you have to.
At least justify my choices.
But you can add as many extra things that you want.
Okay.
Good luck.
Good luck. Welcome to hell. Let me start by getting some sweaters, and then I'll maybe talk about the possibilities. I found these unfinished sweater, hand knit sweater projects at Scrap, and so I was trying to save them for sort of an unstructured top. So it's hard. It's like, since I genuinely like them, I'm like, maybe I should save them to the side.
Like, those are so cute.
I know they're genuinely cute, so I was like, well, anyway, but that could be a possibility. In the sweater knit, cut and sew sweater knit video, I literally, this was the piece. Like, these are the said sweaters I was talking about. It's like, and the pockets and the whole rigmarole about the pockets. So I got these tiny little peachy sort of short sleeve. I did like a color block kind of rib sweater thing. We gotta expand our minds on this one because I need more possibilities. These weird it's like an infinity scarf maybe, but it's also, I guess it kind of is, but it really is like a weird stretchy. I feel like if I cut into this though, it is like so thin that it might just fall apart. But anyways, this is like truly a shapeshifter. Like, one minute I'm like, it's skinny and long, and then I'm like, it's anyways. So we got this beige cashmere sweater, lots of holes in it. So even though part of me is like, well, where's that like cool? Is that like grunge? And I don't want to do anything with that. Okay. This one is, looks like maybe it's was washed, so it's got like that sort of pilly, sort of felted, flannelly look to it. And so it's in black and then dark gray. And yes, I think those are kind of, unless I'm missing something hidden somewhere, those are the sweaters. All right, now brainstorm. I'm trying to vamp to show you what I got. And I'm like, my first go-to thought is, how do I want to utilize this? So I'm going to cut it just pretty much right along there. I'm trying not to worry too much about seam allowance and stuff, not to fully brag, but I'm going to the symphony tonight. So this is exciting. They're doing Mozart and Mahler, and so I know those names. I know some of the pieces, but not a ton. So I'm excited. And I still don't even know what I want to wear. What if I like
this?
Wore this? That's the challenge. You have to make a gown in 3
James
hours.
is like,
what the fuck is this shit? Okay, here is the hood. It's really just
a bunch of pleats.
It's just it's not exactly a rectangle, but it's not a full like hood shape exactly. Yeah, so and then we got the black and then the navy. So and then I'd probably have to smooth some stuff out there, but and again, like I guess I could technically like I could crop this. I could make it I mean, I do kind of like the length. I do love a duster.
Yeah.
But in theory, I could crop it. Okay, sorry, I guess because of the sunlight. Sorry, I'm not able to really see what's going on as far as the reversibility. Sorry, I was near a cactus earlier, and I think like I was telling you, and somehow I got not thorny, whatever you call it.
So you did move
it bit me. All right, so here we go. Good. I'm gonna look in the mirror because I can't even say anything sassy because I have no idea. So here's a few notes. The pockets, didn't even notice they have already. They are on both sides.
So it is reversible.
Good. Yeah, so it is truly reversible.
Okay.
There is just I have 2 buttons, so it's kind of double-breasted, and yet there's only buttons at the top. So I would probably just, if I were just wearing this as is, do this kind of number and then like shorten the sleeves. All right, so at this point, I don't know, because that is interesting. I like the pleating. Sorry, cut most of all of this out.
Well, and you also have to think about how you're going to incorporate the cutting and sewing sweater knit and the lace.
Sorry, at a certain point, I have to stop thinking about what's just cute and what I got to do. Okay. Here's where I could never be on Project Runway or anything like that because I move at a glacial pace. If there's something like I will put it to the side in the studio and truly just like
think about it for
2 years. I would say if I had my druthers, I would maybe make this darker. I would like maybe I could just get some paint out or something and just like truly just of course then that adds time. Maybe I'll do that now because I'm trying to think of a world where I would want this to be white and I can't think of one. So I'm gonna go ahead and paint it with like probably shoe paint or like leather paint. I mean, because that's maybe all I have. Is that or spray paint? Yeah, because I don't have time to dye it. All right, I've got black leather paint from Angelus, whatever it is. All right, I have no idea if this is gonna work. And I might be sewing on with a big weird painting thing. Just trying to get more fumes in here today, you know. We'll have done about a third of this. This is taking forever.
Classic.
Cool. It's something.
You could always do like an ombre situation.
Yeah, out of laziness.
Yeah.
I think the only thing is now is like I got the majority of it. It's kind of hard to hold up and whatever, but I got the majority. But there's still like all the little like this kind of bits around the crevices, the nooks and crannies. That's another thing I've looked up is like. Okay, a nook I know, like a cozy nook. A cranny, just be like, oh, that's just like my little breakfast cranny. Like, oh god, like what? Anyway, maybe
cranny separate from nook and cranny.
Isn't that like so that's weird. Another obsession of like if you decontextualize or whatever like said word. I'm trying to think of another thing, kind of almost like
cranny.
I know, it's like that's just like don't mind that cranny over there, like ew. It just sounds gross. I think this sounds like granny. There's something about it that seems like not right. Okay, I'm just gonna. Here's what I'm gonna do at this point. My fingers are already. Or I guess I have gloves. I was gonna say I think I really just truly need to do this. I just need to
do this. Do you gloves?
Yeah. Let me grab some. I think I do. Oh, hurry up and paint all you. God damn it. Sorry, there's just like so many crannies. It's actually insane. This thing is absorbing paint. Like we need to study this scientifically. Okay, this isn't fully painted, but let's just say it is. Because we're gonna move on with our lives. I could just use a bit of it. I don't have to use, you know what I mean? I can deconstruct. So, okay. I mean, I don't want to be like a coward, but I'm like, okay. The obvious thing is flop it down, sew it down. I mean, that's fine. It's just, in a way, I feel like that's more cowardly and I need to be more creative. So, I'm being brave. By being like, I will shred this. Maybe I'll cut away some of it and add it like to the collar or some sort of edge. This is really hard. Okay. All right, new day, new outfit, new weather. It's gray outside. But we had to split up the filming days because I had to go to the symphony, frankly.
We were losing our minds.
We were losing our minds. Half of what we shot was unfilmable. Not unfilmable. It was unusable. We are halfway through the project. I love it. I'm like, I should rehash. I'm like, it's been 8 seconds since, but for us, it's been a week.
Yeah.
Last week, we were a little loopy.
Yeah.
It was a two for day. It was 2 for 1, 2 for 1 special.
Yeah.
2 mental breakdowns in one day. I thought I would do a lot of like poring over inspiration over the last week and come up with a genius idea. I did not have time to do that. So there's going to be some real-time vamping. All right, we've got a duster. Part of me wants to crop the sleeve, but I kind of like the contrast with the navy. So for now, I'm going to keep it as is. I'm going to remove these buttons. I think I know what I'm going to do with the sweater knit. We had this piece of lace. It was white. It was reading Easter for me. I started painting it. So it is nice and like kind of a 90s goth, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I don't know. I'm like, I don't want to say bistro. I don't know. I have this very specific 90s idea of like, maybe because I'm thinking of the iron chairs at a cafe. It's like bistro. All right. I'm going to stop vamping and I'm going to get to it. In the last Upcycle Roulette, I had some business on the back and it was kind of see-through. And so I was like, I can't repeat myself. So part of me was like, I wanted to put this on the back. Sorry, I'm going to get a hanger. Out of, I hate to just say necessity or convenience or whatever, this lace, if I cut it in half here, kind of fit right into this little flop lapel. If the lace is sorted and if it's going to be on the front, then for the back, sweater knit. And if the prompt was cut and sew sweater knits, then I'm like, I don't know if this counts, but I'm utilizing a sweater. There will be some cutting involved. And I'll remove this tag. I've just been calling a montage appliqué, meaning like a surrealist, like truly just like, I like to sew things onto other things that are just like, there, it's fashion. And I'm sure in future videos, hopefully, I'll get more into like, reconstructing and, getting into some draping. But for now, we're doing this. As much as I would like to sew the sleeve down the sleeve, part of me is like, maybe I could. I think it'll be hard to get this under the machine, get in there, or to hand sew. I think it would take too long. So I might just cut the sleeves off and just do like kind of the torso of the, the sweater knit there. And again, we come to the intersection of, is that anything? Is that fun? Is that beautiful? And I'm like, well, we'll see. It might be awkward to cut some of this lace because it is symmetrical, but it's like, I'll do what I can because it's kind of like, how do I cut down the middle of this like string, like lengthwise, We'll see. Oh, I didn't even think it's gonna be like. I don't know if you can see this. You got the cookies and cream coming through. Again, I can't worry about that. Okay. How is this symmetrical? And yet I'm like, wait, this looks totally different. It doesn't. It's just. Okay. And as much as I kind of want to trim this off, I'm trying to think if that's extra or if that. It might be. Okay, I might trim it off there just because it looks like a weird little. I don't know, little tail thing. Vestigial tail? Sorry, do you know what a word just like floats to the top? Vestigial tail? Yeah. I mean, again, does it look good? I don't know. But it fits. It's on there. Yeah, it's going on. I'll tell you that. Oh yeah, I want to cut. Sorry, I said this like 5 times. I want to cut off the buttons. I don't want to do a weird double-breasted, only at the top, whatever the hell's going on. Have you, this is apropos of nothing, have you ever seen AbFab? Absolutely Fabulous, the show?
No.
It's on Tubi right now. It's a British show from the 90s. There was a sketch comedy show, these 2 British women, French and Saunders. They did a sketch or whatever on one of their episodes. So it was like kind of a long-running series, whatever. So they did a thing where there was like this sort of like dumb, I don't know how to describe her exactly. Anyways, this sort of like fashionable woman that's like kind of mean and dumb, and she has this daughter that's like normal and smart and not fashionable. Anyway, they turned that into a TV show. You have to watch it. It's lampooning like fashion, but like from like even before my generation. I'm like, I don't really know what they're talking about.
Right.
The reason you'll want to watch it is her best friend So her best friend is named Patsy, and she has like a blonde bouffant, and she wears like mini skirts and stuff. I don't know, just like you gotta watch it. Just like there's such like there's like they're friends, they're ridiculous, they're rude to everyone, like they're in their own world, and like they're just always like there's just so much physical comedy.
I'll watch it and I'll
report back. Again, I think you're just gonna be on board with her friend Patsy.
Okay,
That's
cool.
with a bouffant, like oh my god, she's a scream.
I'm excited.
And I just wanna like be her a little bit. They're just constantly smoking and drinking and like wearing ridiculous outfits and just like flopping around and being rude to people, and it's so good. I'm realizing that the sweater, do sweaters usually have set-in sleeves or raglan? I guess it depends. If it were a set-in sleeve, again, I'd just chop that sleeve off. It's a raglan. Does that really matter? I just have to get a little more creative with scooping out sort of a faux armhole, because otherwise it's kind of nothing. I'm not going to give it a cap sleeve, is what I'm saying. I'm trying to not be so, like the point of this is so I can like loosen up with the teacher mode and with like whatever, you know, and like not worry about the end result or if it's cute a little, you know what I mean? But I'm just like, it's hard. I made a sweater vest. I'm going to cut up the sides. I might leave, I like this sort of like back neck area, so I might just leave just enough to kind of keep that, but I don't need this extra bulk. I'm not sure I can do this standing, but I'm going to pin the lace to this lapel. I'll be stitching it down, I don't know, it's kind of busy, but at least around the edge. And I'm going to pin the sweater to the back and stitch around that edge as well. I kind of don't hate this. I chose the gray sweater. I know I think in the last video I was contemplating if I should pin the black sweater I had or the beige, but I thought the gray kind of just went a little bit better with these colors, and the black was a little pilly. And I recently watched a movie called Naked by Mike Leigh. It's a British movie from 1993. A lot of British 90s stuff. And the guy, David Thewlis, the actor in it, is wearing a lot of like dusters, and like the whole movie is like, it sounds dreary, but it somehow everything was like truly like dark gray, but like it was so stylized though, it really worked. Like speaking of bistro 90s whatever vibe, that was it. I'll just say it's an intense movie. There are things that are like, fucked, but but it's, I mean, showing is not condoning, whatever, but it's got such style. Is this video going to be 30 hours long, or actually there's only like 2 minutes of usable footage? Sorry, I keep trimming along the armhole and it keeps like looking not even. Again, doesn't matter, but I don't want to just sew down something that's like totally wrong. Okay.
This one, like, I wholeheartedly think this looks like shit.
Yeah, but for you guys, for the sake of the episode, I'm trying to do it like, I'm trying to visualize so I don't have to like pin it a million times. It's fine. All right. And I like the ribbed hem. I'm trying to think how much I want it to like hang down and how much I want it to be sewn to the thing, like if I just sew like stitch along, like kind of stitch along the top, and maybe let this kind of like flop down a little bit. I want to have a big juicy reveal, so now that I've pinned everything in place, I'm gonna step away from your prying eyes, try it on, make sure the placement's fine, stitch it down mostly all around the edges real quick, and then I'll show you how it looks. I'm shocked how much I'm actually okay with how this turned out. It's like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, coffee shop culture, duster. What are the other references? Naked, Mike Leigh's Naked, post-apocalyptic. We're covering so many bases. Off camera, I might hem it if I were going to wear it, but if I can imagine a world where someone's over 5'3", then maybe they actually want it to be longer, and it's not going to be like, draping across the floor like the train on a wedding dress on anyone else. So I might leave it as is, but I think that's all for today. Go on, you good thing. I feel like I should turn around like, God, this is ugly. If it's a dead mic.
If it's dead, I can just add to that. Yeah.
If it's a dead mic. That's what we call it in the biz. Sorry. Okay. Sometimes I'm being hyperbolic. I'm like, well, don't, calm down. Sorry. Apologize, future Avon. I may have said everything already, or so I'm either like repeating myself or referencing something that didn't happen, or who knows. Can you tell that it's gotten a little hotter and I'm getting a little crazier? I don't know if this is interesting, but there's been a plumbing, repiping, whatever project in my apartment. It's just been an absolute nightmare. I have to keep all like the toiletries, whatever. Anyways, it's just been a mess and it's been really annoying. And so if we've seemed out of sorts, I mean, we probably do every week. But anyways, that's part of it. That's part of the reason. They're like nothing's been like, so that's been going on for 6 months, has it? No, 3 weeks. Whew. What are your thoughts on closing the blinds? Wait, no, this was part of the puppy strap. No, this was part of the.
You're right.
Yeah, video, which it could.
Nope.
Okay. No, it's not. It's not on the list. Not on the list. Okay. Go on, you good thing.